In honor of Women's History Month, we are excited to announce USA Today's Women of the Year list. It recognizes women who show courage and resilience in making significant change in their communities and around the world. The 2023 USA Today Women of the Year national honorees include former First Lady Michelle Obama, who advocates for equality of education for young girls, astronaut Nicole Mann, the first Indigenous woman to travel to outer space, Sandra Day O'Connor, the first woman to serve on the Supreme Court, the U.S. women's national team who negotiated a landmark equal pay agreement, and the women of the 118th Congress. But also making the list is Academy Award-winning actor Goldie Hawn. She is being honored for raising awareness around mental health in children through her program called Mind Up. Only on CBS Mornings, Goldie Hawn joins us now from Los Angeles. Good morning, Goldie.
Good morning. And it is a good morning.
It is a great morning with you part of it. So, Goldie, what does this honor mean to you?
It means a lot to me. It really does. I mean, I was very surprised. And at the same time, I get to really stand next to some extraordinary and very formidable women. So it really made me extremely happy, and I feel very honored.
Goldie, you started Mind Up in 2003 because you were alarmed by the state of mental health among young people. You know, that's something we talk a lot about now with young people, but not as much back then. Why was this something that was really important to you then?
Well, all children are important to me because they're truly our future. And it's always been my, what I have given to, so it's my philanthropy. However, after 9/11, I was very concerned about our children's mental health, uncertainty, and all the things that were going on then. Also, parents that were also uncertain and fearful. So I decided to put together a program that might help them become more resilient. What I learned at that time was that children from 10 to 15 were already committing suicide. And this really hit me to the core. And with that, I made a decision, and that was that no child should be doing that. So I created this program, and I brought in neuroscientists, I brought in positive psychologists, practitioners, educators. And what I did was I put neuroscience at the very top, because I felt if children didn't learn about their brain, and we asked them to learn, that it's important to give them context, much more into their emotions and to understand how our brain works and how to manage it. So with that, I put this together, I called it Mind Up, and it was a very sort of disturbance at that time, because truly no one was teaching neurology in the classroom from ages kindergarten through 8th grade. But I just decided that why don't we do this? So we did it, we tested it, we researched it, and it showed incredible, benefit to these children. So I decided at that point that I was just going to put this show on the road. And I did. And, it was a fearless act, but I decided something has to happen. Our children cannot continue to grow this way, and I wanted to mitigate some of the problems. So this is 20 years ago. We are now actually 20 years is our anniversary. And Mind Up has served, well, probably over 7 million children around the world. And with that, because it works. And when you teach a child about their brain, ultimately they now have context to their emotion, and they also have understanding of the neurological correlate to what is going on in their brain, which gives them much more agency over their lives, more resilience. And so it's a very easy program. It's very easy to implement, and it's a very successful program. And I just, want to say that this is probably one of the best, I guess, scripts you could say that I've ever produced. I produced a lot of movies, but this might be the best one. And today, whoever thought we would be facing this kind of horror with our children? And there's no beds. There are no psychologists to help us. We don't have enough. We don't have enough anything. Telehealth, we're working on all kinds of important things to help the children. But I believe in prevention, and we have to start talking about how we prevent this. And I think every school should have a mental health preventative program inside.
Agreed.
Hear, hear.
Yeah.
We agree with you.
Yeah. So this
no
is
doubt
what
about
I've
it. Go ahead.
No, I said this has been my life. I mean, we talk about movies, and movies are great. They're fun, and it was an amazing time in my life where I was able to produce movies that actually helped women and really talked about some of women's issues in a comedic way. And making
Yeah.
people laugh was one of the great joys of my life. And I
And Goldie, I
guess
wanted to
that
ask you about that. I wanted to ask you about being a comedic actress. Do you feel like you're a trailblazer? Because for so many people, you opened up doors.
I never looked at my life that way, that I was a trailblazer. However, I think when you decide to do things that are with fearlessness, because you believe in them, then sometimes it can lead to that. I mean, I would benefit all women by saying, and men, be fearless about some of the things you believe in and take action. And I did. And that was then. And now I guess I could look back and say,
Yeah.
maybe I did open a few doors at that time.
Goldie, and that's what you're doing. You're helping these young people become fearless and understand themselves and the way that their brains work. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
What a pleasure. Thank you.
You can read more about Goldie and the other USA Today Women of the Year honorees in Monday's edition of USA Today and on their website.